In 2005, Dave Chappelle was the biggest name in comedy. His show was the best-selling DVD release in television history. And then he got on a plane to South Africa and told nobody why. At the exact same moment, Kevin Hart was selling shoes in Philadelphia between failed open mic sets, getting booed off stage by audiences who wanted their money back. Two men starting from the same bottom. Two completely different ideas about what you are supposed to do when you finally reach the top. In 2003, the first episode of Chappelle's show opened with a sketch about a blind black man who had grown up in a white community and became a white supremacist. Clayton Bigsby had no idea he was black. He gave speeches, he burned crosses, he had followers. And when the mask came off at the end, the white supremacists around him had to make a choice about what to do with that information. The sketch made audiences laugh and then go quiet. That combination, laughter followed by silence, was the whole point. Chappelle was not writing jokes about race. He was building traps. The audience walked in laughing and walked out thinking about something they had not thought about before. Hart stood on the stage of the Nokia Theater in Los Angeles in 2011 and told a crowd of thousands about his father. His father was a cocaine addict who was in and out of prison for most of Hart's childhood. He imitated his father's voice, his walk, his excuses. The audience was screaming. But underneath every impression was a kid in North Philadelphia trying to figure out how to survive a home that was falling apart. Laugh at My Pain broke Eddie Murphy's long-standing ticket sales record at that venue. Hart had turned the worst parts of his life into the loudest room he had ever stood in. When the cheating scandal broke in 2017, Kevin Hart posted a video on Instagram. He looked directly into the camera and told his fans what he had done. He said he was wrong. He said he was embarrassed. He said his family was going through something and he was asking for privacy while also putting all of it on screen. A year later, the story was in his stand-up. 2 years later, it was in a Netflix documentary. Hart did not separate his private life from his professional life because for him, there was no separation. His pain was always the material. If this kind of story is what you want more of, subscribe. It takes 1 second and it means we can keep making them. Chappelle has given fewer interviews in the last 20 years than most comedians give in a month. When Time magazine tracked him down in South Africa in 2005, he gave them one quote and disappeared again. When his Netflix special, The Closer, caused a public backlash in 2021, and reporters were waiting for a response, Chappelle went on stage at a club in Yellow Springs, Ohio, performed for 2 hours, and took no questions afterward. His private life is not material. It is the place where the material comes from. He protects it like it is the only thing he actually owns. Round 3, money and power. In 2016, Kevin Hart earned $87 million in a single year. He did stadium tours across 4 continents. He had film roles in major Hollywood productions. Endorsement deals with Hyundai, H&M, and Foot Locker ran simultaneously. He had started Heartbeat Productions years earlier and was producing content as fast as he could perform it. Hart did not approach the industry as a comedian looking for opportunities. He approached it as a company looking for expansion. Every decision he made pointed toward one thing: more. Chappelle was offered $50 million in 2004 to continue Chappelle's show into a 3rd and a 4th season. He walked away from it. He said the show had started to feel wrong, that certain sketches were landing with certain audiences in a way that made him uncomfortable, that the version of success Comedy Central was offering him was not the version he wanted to live inside. He flew to South Africa. He spent time on a farm. He came back a decade later and signed with Netflix for $60 million per special, with full creative control over every frame. He did not walk away from money. He walked away from money that came with a price he had not agreed to pay. Round 4. The mouth. In 2018, Kevin Hart was announced as the host of the Academy Awards. Within days, tweets from 2010 and 2011 surfaced in which Hart had written homophobic jokes. The Academy told him to apologize or step down. He stepped down. He said he did not want the ceremony to become about him. He said he had grown. He was right that he had grown. But the moment also revealed the structure underneath everything Hart had built. His entire career depended on being liked, universally, by everyone. And when a significant part of the audience decided they did not like something he had done, the foundation shook. In 2021, Chappelle released a Netflix special called The Closer. Netflix employees staged a walkout. Activists called for the special to be removed. Critics wrote long pieces about the damage they believed it caused. Chappelle did not apologize. He went on tour and performed the material in front of sold-out crowds every night. He addressed the backlash from the stage, on his own terms, in his own words. Whether audiences agreed with him or not, the response was completely consistent with every decision he had made for 20 years. He does not change his voice for the room. That is the same principle that made him walk away from $50 million. It is the same principle that built everything he has. Round 5. The price. Hart's near-fatal car crash in 2019 left him with serious spinal injuries. He was back in front of cameras within months. His media company Heartbeat went through multiple rounds of layoffs in the years that followed as the streaming industry contracted. He restructured, rebranded, and kept going. The cost of being Kevin Hart is that stopping is not an option. The machine he built requires him to keep running it. The smile stays on. The work ethic stays visible. Every setback becomes a story he tells from the stage next year. Chappelle missed almost a decade of cultural relevance at the height of his powers. He came back on his own terms and reclaimed his place. But the controversies since his return have cost him friendships, professional relationships, and a level of goodwill he had spent his career building. He has not apologized for any of it. That consistency is either the most admirable thing about him or the most costly, depending on where you are standing. Two men who came from nothing. One made himself into a brand and fed everything he had into it. One refused to become a brand and protected what was underneath instead. Hart's version of success fills stadiums and generates quarterly earnings reports. Chappelle's version plays a firehouse in Ohio whenever he feels like it and answers to nobody. Neither of them got through it without losing something. The only question left is whether they knew, going in, what it was going to cost them.